When it comes to managing our finances, it's crucial to be aware of the common money traps that can derail our financial goals. From overspending to not having a proper plan, several pitfalls can impact our financial well-being. Did you know that 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and that only 28% of Americans have saved enough money to cover a $1,000 emergency? These statistics highlight the importance of managing our finances effectively and avoiding the common money traps. Well, in today's video, we will discuss the 6 money traps you should avoid at all costs. As these traps can significantly impact your finances, it's crucial to be aware of them. So let's see what these traps are and how you can steer away from them. But before you learn about 6 money traps to avoid, pay attention to the big red subscription button. As soon as you click it, you will be taken to the wealthy side, the life you deserve, where you'll find hundreds of videos. These videos contain the answers to almost any query you may have. There are also daily updates, so if you want to stay tuned, remember to turn on notifications. Trap number 1. Skimping on an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a vital part of your financial security. Let's be honest, life is unpredictable, and sometimes crises happen, whether it's a job loss, unexpected medical expenses, or a home repair. That's why having an emergency fund is so crucial. Without one, you're putting your finances at risk and could be forced to rely on high-interest credit cards or loans to cover the unexpected costs. Statistics show that almost 69% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings, leaving them vulnerable to financial instability in case of an emergency. That's why it's so important to have a solid emergency fund in place, ideally 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Think about it. Do you want to put your future and financial stability at risk by not having an emergency fund? Start small, set aside a certain amount each month, and watch your emergency fund grow. It is worth your time to prepare for the unexpected because you won't regret it in the long run. Trap number 2. Not saving for your retirement. Not saving for retirement can be a devastating trap to fall into. It may seem far off in the future, but time flies, and before you know it, your retirement years will be here. The last thing you want is to have to rely on working until you can no longer physically do so, or worse, not being able to enjoy your retirement at all. But it's not too late to turn things around. Start by evaluating your current financial situation and make a plan to start saving for retirement. In addition, it can be a major trap that affects your future financial security. It's important to save for retirement early in life, as the earlier start can be really handy. You should aim to have at least 10 to 15% of your income saved for retirement each year. We emphasize the importance of starting early because the sooner you start, the better off you'll be. The power of compound interest is incredible, and the longer you have your money working for you, the more you'll have in the end. Also, you can join your employer's 401k plan and reap the benefits. So don't let a lack of retirement savings hold you back from experiencing the retirement you deserve. Take control of your financial future now and start saving for retirement. Your future self will thank you for it. Trap number 3. Spending frivolously and not having a proper budget. Imagine a scenario where you're living your best life, shopping for designer clothes, eating at fancy restaurants, and taking weekend getaways, only to find yourself struggling to make ends meet to come to the end of the month. This is a reality for many people who fall into the trap of spending frivolously and not having a proper budget in place. Overspending is like a slow leak in a sinking ship. Spending more than you earn is a common trap that can lead to overspending and debt. It may not seem like much at first, but it can quickly lead to financial ruin. On the other hand, having a budget is like having a financial roadmap. It helps you stay on track and ensures that your money is going where it needs to go. Let's be real, we all love to treat ourselves every once in a while, but the key to avoiding the trap of frivolous spending is to be intentional about it. That means setting aside a specific amount of money for leisure activities and sticking to it. And a proper budget is the foundation for making sure your spending stays in check. Research has shown that people who stick to a budget are more likely to save more money, pay off debt faster, and achieve their financial goals. because it's easy to get caught up in the moment and spend money on things we don't need. Whether it's the latest technology, designer clothes, or eating out at fancy restaurants, overspending can quickly add up and leave you in a precarious financial situation. To avoid this trap, it's crucial to make a budget and stick to it. Make a list of your essential expenses and allocate a specific amount of money for discretionary spending. By doing this, you'll have a better understanding of where your money is going and be less likely to overspend. Additionally, you can use tools like cash envelopes, apps, and credit card alerts to help you stick to your budget and avoid overspending. So let's make sure we're not living paycheck to paycheck by setting a budget and sticking to it. A quick reminder, if you've enjoyed the video so far, consider subscribing, as we frequently upload such informative and educational videos. Let's continue. Trap number 4, not having an insurance plan. Let's talk about a crucial money trap that many people fall into, not having an insurance plan. This one might seem like an insignificant detail, but trust us, it can have a big impact on your financial security. Having insurance is important to protect you and your family in the event of an unexpected illness, accident, or death. Imagine a medical emergency arises and you have no insurance to cover the costs. You're not only facing a financial burden, but also a lot of stress. That's why it's important to have an insurance plan that covers you and your family in case of any unexpected events. Now you might be thinking, insurance is just an extra expense. Why do I need it? But let's think about it this way. Insurance is like a safety net that provides you with peace of mind. You never know what life might throw your way, but with insurance, you can protect yourself from financial strain in case of an emergency. Don't skimp on insurance. Invest in a good plan that covers you and your family's needs. It may seem like an extra expense now, but in the long run, it can save you from a lot of financial stress and uncertainty. So remember, insurance is an investment in your future financial security. You should have adequate insurance coverage, such as health insurance, life insurance, and homeowners or renters insurance. Don't let the money trap of not having insurance catch you off guard. Take control of your finances today. Trap number 5, getting into deep student loan debt. Student loan debt is a financial trap that many individuals fall into without even realizing it. The rising cost of education is making it harder for individuals to achieve financial independence. According to recent studies, the average student loan debt for graduates in the U.S. is over $30,000. Starting a career with a heavy burden of debt can be overwhelming and can limit future financial opportunities. To avoid falling into this trap, it is important to consider the return on investment ROI of the degree you are pursuing. Opt for a degree with a proven ROI and consider working part-time or taking on internships to build a network and make some side income. Consider focusing on STEM fields such as science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, as they often have a high ROI and excellent job prospects. Remember, education is important, but so is financial stability, and it is important to strike a balance between the two. It's also important to research and compare the costs of colleges and universities to make an informed decision on where to attend. You can also look into scholarships, grants, and work-study programs to help reduce the amount you need to borrow. Additionally, it may be helpful to create a budget and stick to it to ensure you're not overspending on non-essential items while in school. If you do end up with student loan debt, make sure to understand the terms and make timely payments to avoid additional fees and interest charges. Remember, a well-planned education investment can pay off in the long run. So take the time to make smart decisions about how you finance your education. Trap number 6, avoid falling into a debt trap. Debt can be a slippery slope that can quickly spiral out of control if not managed properly. Whether it's overusing credit cards, taking out a heavy car loan, or any other form of borrowing, falling into a debt trap can have serious consequences on your finances. Many forms of debt come with high interest rates, which can quickly add up and result in you paying much more than you originally borrowed. And if you struggle to make payments on time, this can negatively impact your credit score and make it harder to access credit in the future. Moreover, carrying a large amount of debt can be a constant source of stress and anxiety, affecting not only your finances, but also your mental health. Also, when you have a lot of debt, it can limit your ability to spend money on other things, such as saving for the future or enjoying life's pleasures. To avoid falling into a debt trap, it's important to be mindful of your spending habits and to make sure you only take on debt that you can afford to pay back. This may mean being more selective about the type of debt you take on, or making sure you have a solid plan in place to pay it back on time. Additionally, seeking the help of a financial advisor can help you create a plan for managing your debts and avoiding the trap of falling into a debt spiral. Well, managing our finances is an ongoing process that requires vigilance and discipline. Avoiding these money traps is crucial to your financial security and well-being. Make sure to save for retirement, have an emergency fund, budget your spending, have adequate insurance, and use credit cards responsibly. So stay away from these financial pitfalls to enjoy a secure financial future. Did you enjoy the video? Please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment.